speaking of the Mets, it's our Mets offseason plan proposals, what we would do. So we got very sensitive when we did the Yankees. Do you guys mind if I go first again, or are we jockeying?
I have a massive issue with what's going on here. Massive.
What?
Why are you volunteering yourself to go first? Gee, I wonder, because you don't want anybody stealing your ideas.
Also because it's Evan and Tiki.
Oh,
maybe that's it.
You're right. It is Evan and Tiki.
First.
You're right. It is Evan and Tiki, but you could also have Tiki go first.
Okay. Tiki, would you like to go first with your Mets plan?
I'll go first.
All right. Tiki was not prepared for this, but now he's ready.
No, I'm ready.
Okay.
So, again, just like with the Yankees, I'm going to start with how I have my setup going.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I can't. Yeah, I can. So I'm looking at the starting pitching. Starting pitching is going to be Nolan McLean, Senga, Peterson, but you got to add somebody because you need pitching. And unlike Sean, who had Sandy Alcantara going to the Yankees, I have the Yankees trading for Sandy Alcantara.
The Mets trading for Sandy Alcantara.
Sorry, Sean. The Mets trading for Sandy Alcantara. His salary is only $17 or so million this year. He's got 2 years of control. But to get him.
Yeah, what do we have to give up? I mean, the Marlins are going to ask a lot.
They're going to ask a lot.
Yeah.
And the Mets are going to give him a lot.
What are we giving them?
Brandon Sproat. Jet Williams.
Oh, no, I'm done. I'm out.
And Jacob Reimer.
No.
Okay.
Hell no.
How else are you getting him?
I'm not getting him then.
Okay. Well, that's my plan.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Fair point.
Jet Williams is not going to play shortstop. So Lindor is here forever. And Jacob Reimer is redundant because I have at catcher Alvarez, first base, Mark Vientos, Luis Angel Acuna playing second base.
Oh, my God.
Lindor playing third.
Yeah.
Brett Beatty.
Lindor's short, yes.
Short, yeah. Brett Beatty at third base. Nemo at left field. Carson Bench making his way, playing center field. Juan Soto playing right field. And as a big offseason free agent signing, you signed Kyle Schwarber to be your DH.
Fair enough. So you
That's
are
about
replacing Schwarber for Alonso.
Yes. The other deals that you have to do, you are re-signing because it's absolutely necessary. Edwin Diaz and Brooks Raley is already there. And then another reliever you're going to get is Emilio Pagan.
Oh, yeah. Had a nice year with Cincinnati.
Yes. Not relatively cheap, but whatever it is.
So you're adding one starting pitcher.
One starting pitcher, one reliever, and Pagan, who's going to make $16 or so million a year. And that is my Mets offseason plan.
I don't love it.
You don't have to.
There's so many things I don't like about it. I think you gave up way too much for Alcantara. If that's what it takes, no, thank you. Alonso's gone. Mark Vientos is going to play first base. He's not going to be any better defensively than Pete.
Well,
and I like Kyle
Ben
Schwarber.
Rice is going to be much better than whatever the alternative
That's
is.
a Yankee issue.
I know, but you said it was fine for the Yankees. Why is it not fine for the Mets? It's Mark Vientos, who's a pretty good athlete, and you need his bat in the lineup.
Because
Why can't he play first base?
Well, there's many reasons to answer that question. Number one, David Stern sat there talking about, basically defense and pitching. And number two, the Yankees aren't losing Pete Alonso. The Mets are. And a part of why they're losing Pete Alonso is what? They don't think he's a good enough defender, and they don't want to give him a 6-year contract.
I think
so it's not the same.
I think it's more they don't want to give him a 6-year contract.
I think that's a part of it.
And pay him $30 million a year, almost $200 million deal.
Yeah, I get the Schwarber replacing Alonso part because it allows you to improve yourself defensively at first base.
You get the clubhouse leader that you need.
No, I get that. That part I understand. The rest of it I don't love.
You don't have to.
You ready for my plan? Am I allowed to
go? I'm going to be right.
What was that?
I'm going to be right.
Well, it's not about being right. I mean, if you're right, you may be right. I just don't know if I love it. Am I allowed to go now, or do we have to?
Yeah, Evan.
All right, good. By the way, none of what he did I want to do. Number one, let me start off with the obvious. You got to keep Edwin Diaz. So it's going to take $23 million a year. Let's throw that away in the budget.
Yes.
Number two, I want to keep Pete Alonso. And it's not just the sentimentality of Pete. It's the reliability of Pete. The guy plays every single day. And I know he can handle New York. A lot of these other players, I'm not sure of. Now, with that said, I respect run prevention. And I understand that you need to get better defensively at first base. So I will sign Ty France to a 1-year, $6.5 million deal. He's a super utility player who, by the way, just won a Gold Glove.
Who's your long-term answer?
Excuse me?
Who's your long-term answer?
Pete Alonso. He's just going to DH more.
Okay.
But Ty France is now there as more of an option so that Pete's not playing first base 161 games. It's called a compromise.
Okay. Well.
I'm improving the defense. I'm keeping Pete Alonso.
Right.
That's the second thing. Now, let me dump some salary because I'm dumping some salary. I'm dumping Jeff McNeil. Now, there are ways I can dump Jeff McNeil. one of which is to use him in a trade for Freddie Peralta because the Brewers are going to try to win, but they're also going to need good prospects. So I think the deal I'd probably make, especially if I try to compare it to Corbin Burns, is McNeil and Mauricio and a lower-level prospect for Freddie Peralta. Okay. But that's a backup plan. That's not my goal. My goal is Tarik Skubal. And I made it clear a few weeks ago, I am coming to that party with a lot to offer. I am offering either Sproat or Tong. I am offering either Benj or Jet Williams. I am offering a Brett Beatty or Mark Vientos. I am offering a David Peterson. And I actually believe, and you can write this one down, the Mets are going to end up with Tarik Skubal. David Stearns knows. He knows what's on the line here. And I think he also knows, and this is sort of unrelated to just my plan, but I want to make this clear. They also know that if they lose Pete Alonso, they're going to have a very tough time selling this to Met fans.
Yeah.
How do you sell to Met fans losing Pete Alonso?
By signing Kyle Schwarber?
No, by acquiring the best pitcher in baseball. I do think that that would bring juice to the New York Mets. He may not be this householdish name because he burst onto the scene over the last couple of years, but I did this as a test with my son today because Jet was asking me, are they going to keep Pete Alonso? And I said, I really don't know, but they're trying to trade for the best pitcher in baseball. And as soon as I said that, he's like, ooh. And I mentioned...
So he gets it. He gets what's important.
I think he gets it. I think it would be exciting. So, number one, I think they're going to end up with Tarik Skubal, but that's my priority. I am making the Godfatherian offer, not all the way, because I'm not offering Nolan McLean, to get Tarik Skubal. Also, I'm selling off Cody Bellinger because I know the Mets don't believe in him. Now, I think you're going to have to pay down a little bit of the contract, but not all of it. I think a team would certainly be willing. He's kind of underpaid for a starting pitcher who's had success. So I'm dumping Senga's contract. I'm dumping McNeil's contract. Let's say it's not for Freddie Peralta. I think the Arizona Diamondbacks would take him. And again, if I have to pay a few $1 million to offset the total cost, I'm dumping those contracts because I've brought in Tarik Skubal via mega trade. I have kept Pete Alonso. I have kept Edwin Diaz, but I'm not done yet. I am signing Luis Arraez. Luis Arraez will play some second base, but more than that, because I do think Luis Angel Acuna is going to get that opportunity.
Right.
Luis Arraez is my left-handed DH. He's going to get a lot of DH at-bats. He will platoon at times with a returning Starling Marte, who I have brought back on a reasonable contract for his veteran leadership. And then one more move, because this still adds up to less than $90 million, Michael King on a 3-year, $75 million deal.
That's your similarity with the Yanks.
That's my similarity.
I didn't know we were allowed that.
Well, why wouldn't you be? It's a plan for both teams.
I was operating under
That's
can't
what I
do the
was.
same thing.
I was saying they were mutually exclusive.
Why can't they do the same thing?
But Evan makes his own rules.
You're damn right
Clearly.
I do. Why would I have to separate them? They're two different entities. Like, why would I? By the way, I also want Harrison Bader on the Mets. Am I allowed to do that? I mentioned him on the Yankees earlier. So the headline is this. Alonso's back. Diaz is back. I'm making a blockbuster trade for Skubal. I'm bringing in Michael King. My rotation is now completely loaded. And I'm bringing in Luis Arraez for his bat-on-ball skills. And really, I know he's not great defensively. I'm not going to ask him to play a lot of defense. He can play a little second base. He can play a little first base. But he's my left-handed DH. That is my plan for the New York Mets. If I can't get Skubal, I would go after Freddie Peralta on a 1-year rental. I think the ask would be a lot less. He's making a lot less money. And I think the package I mentioned, Mauricio, McNeil, a low-level minor leaguer, would get it done.
Right.
But that is not my priority. My priority is Tarik Skubal, and that's my Met plan. I think Tommy needs to go next because if, God forbid, Sean steals the Tommy idea, the world is over.
Actually, I want Sean to go before me.
Okay.
Because I don't think we're sharing a brain on this one. Let's go. You first, Sean.
All right, sure, I'll go. All right, good news, Met fans. You're getting Alonso and Diaz back. You're going to get Alonso 5 years, $155. You're going to pay up. You're going to pay up and have him chase being the, everything Met forever. You're going to sign Diaz, the largest reliever deal in Major League Baseball history, 7 years, $189 million. Okay, we've gotten that out of the way. You like doing Yankees?
7 years, $189 million.
Yes, you are.
Holy crap.
Yes, you are, because guess what? All these guys sat back and saw Soto get paid. Okay.
Hey, Evan?
Yes.
It's just money.
It's just money. Exactly. One little floater in there to add to that bullpen because you love a good yearly Yankee dumpster dive. You're going to get Johnny Loizaga in the bullpen as well for a quick 1-year deal.
Oh, little Yankee dumpster dive.
Little Yankee dumpster dive.
That happens every year, so it had to happen in some
The
capacity.
Yankee dumpster dive I want is Luke Weaver. I left him out. I'll get into that on the Rico tonight when I do the full My Mets plan.
I have not one but 2 Met trades plus a signing I will end with, okay? And it will all add up together. The Mets and Red Sox are going to make a big trade this offseason. The Mets are going to trade Cody Bellinger and Brett Beatty to the Boston Red Sox. and they're going to get Jarren Duran to come in here and play the outfield.
Wow.
Okay? Third base for Beatty for the Red Sox to replace Bregman. Senga changes scenery. All right, we need another guy in the rotation, right? I'm glad you asked, Evan. We need a little shakeup to the Met core, right? We're going to eat some salary in a shakeup, but we're also going to send a big prospect or two in a massive deal nobody sees coming. We're trading Brandon Nimmo, Sprout, whatever. Ryan Clifford.
Okay.
And another big prospect to the Reds for Hunter Greene.
Wow.
And that's your big pitcher is Hunter Greene, and Nimmo is everything Francona loves in a baseball player.
He has a full no trade, so you'd have to approve it.
Okay. Work with me here.
No, Nimmo's a good guy. He loves Ohio, apparently.
All right, there you go. He could play as Christian Rock.
Did they vote red or blue?
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
And then last but not least, all right, so Duran's there. Is he playing left? Is he playing center? You're going to be the team that does it. 3 years, $75 million for Trent Grisham to play center field for the New York Mets.
Wow.
And there's your offseason plan.
That's a lot right there. So you got him adding Hunter Greene to the rotation. We'd be ecstatic about that. Pete and Diaz are back. Nimmo's gone. Duran is here.
Grisham's
here.
Senga and Beatty gone.
Wow. Okay. I actually do kind of like that. I like the Hunter Greene part.
Not bad, actually.
They're not getting him for that, but that's a great, good idea. All right, Tommy Lugauer, he's built this up. His plan better be amazing.
I don't know if it's well, here's the thing.
What?
I felt like I wanted to give a positive Tommy plan, and then this is more of the realistic plan because I had parameters.
That's what we want. We want a realistic plan.
Right. I would have done Schwarber and everybody. So this is the realistic within the guidelines.
Of course. And the guidelines are that their payroll is not going to exceed their number from last year by an absurd amount. That's what the guidelines are. We want to keep it realistic in terms of payroll. Everything else, be creative about the guys who could be out there. Sure.
Okay, number one, to me, first and foremost, you have to bring back Edwin Diaz.
That is a universal opinion all four of us have.
You can't replace him. You can't recreate him.
Well,
there is no
best,
other.
He's one of the best, if not the best, reliever or closer in baseball.
Correct.
So why let him go if you have him? And he feels like he wants to be here.
You could sell to the fan base, we can recreate Pete Alonso with 2 or 3 different players. You can't do that with Edwin Diaz. So that's number one. Number two, I'm bringing back Pete Alonso. I am not only matching, but I would go a year more than any other offer he has out there.
Wow. So you got scared because I have sources that told me.
Really?
Loogie was ready to dump Alonso, and I think he knew the feedback would be so bad against him. You flip-flopped, didn't you?
No, I think you have bad sources.
Did you have a plan where Alonso was gone? Be honest.
I do not have a plan where Pete Alonso is gone.
Did you have a plan at some point in the last 72 hours in which Pete wasn't going to be a Met and you were pivoting?
No. I will say this.
I don't know about that, Deke.
I will say this. When I was going over the plan, I will give you this, that there is a lot more flexibility if Pete is not on this team, based on the parameters that you gave.
Of course. Yeah.
But I still think the Mets shouldn't play by any parameters. So I have Pete Alonso back at first base to be the future DH. I am trading for Skubal. Now, if Nolan McLean is asked for by the Tigers, I'm out on it. And I'll take my chances in the offseason that the Mets could just outbid everybody and bring Skubal to New York. I'm also signing Michael King to round out the rotation.
So it is my idea.
Yeah, and I'm going to have, but unlike, I think it was you, Sean, I'm not trading Senga. He's more of a swing man, and I'm going to see if he could just, I know they're sick of him. They probably do want to trade him, but he's going to be my swing guy, and if a guy gets hurt, I could plug him into the rotation. I also am going to, I'm trading Jeff McNeil for anything. Doesn't matter. I'll take anything you want for Jeff McNeil. So it's more about subtraction there, addition by subtraction. Center field, Cody Bellinger. That is my big, outside guy that I'm bringing in. I think he's a perfect fit in center field.
And this is staying under the budget?
Is it not?
I mean, you just gave probably 30 to Pete, 20 plus to Edwin.
Yeah.
What are you giving Cody Bellinger?
What's Bellinger going to get, 180?
Probably 25 to 30 million a year.
So where am I at number-wise?
And Skubal, by the way, remember, he's going to make 25 million a year.
And then King. This was my prudent plan.
Just blown
I thought this is actually my prudent plan. My plan where I spend a lot of money, it was going to go way over this.
And I dumped Kodai Senga and McNeil. You just dumped Senga.
Damn it.
I mean, you've gone over the budget.
Jet Williams is my second baseman. Well, did I really? Well, I still have more here.
More? You've already
Well, we need an eighth inning guy.
Oh, my God.
We do, though. So you could throw any name out you want. Finnegan, Maton, you want to bring Rogers back, whoever you want to bring in for the eighth inning. How far over am I? I could shave some. Vientos is the DH. Alvarez we're getting rid of. Terens I'm trading Peterson. I'm trading Alvarez.
In the Skubal trade.
Yeah.
My proposed trade, which I said the other day was...
Correct.
I think it was Alvarez, Peterson,
Yep.
Sproat or Tong,
Yep.
Jet Williams or Benj for Skubal.
That's my
So
deal.
you're making that deal.
I'm making that deal. Does that clear up enough space? I would imagine it would.
No, it does not.
Still?
You've blown over
All
the
right,
budget.
we're going to have to. I'm sorry, Mr.
Did you
Met.
do any research for this?
Hold on a second. Mr. Met, it's been a long run. You're fired. And Mrs. Met, you could take her too.
He did what he wants, not what the
But-
money says. But that's okay.
No, it's not. It
This
broke
isn't within the confines?
No.
Boy, we have our work cut out for us then for the Mets.
Yeah, we do.
I thought this was like relatively realistic.
You just handed out, like, how much money did you just hand out?
But when
That was a lot. It's over 100.
You blew past it, bro.
Yeah.
All right,
You got to cut out Cody Bellinger.
I can't cut out Cody Bellinger.
Well, then you got to cut out Pete Alonso.
Well, I can't cut out Pete Alonso either.
Then you got to cut out the Skubal trade. Or Michael King. Cut out Michael King at this point.
Okay.
How many years is Skubal left on his deal?
One. This is it.
Oh, jeez.
You know what? Cut out King, and then Sproat will be the fifth starter.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Good plan.
So we can't have Schwarber either?
No. Like, I get it. We had a caller earlier who said, hey, guys, what about Bregman and Alonso? Like, no one's saying that wouldn't be great. It's just not realistic.
You're not the Dodgers.
They're not. I hate to tell you this, but they're not. They spend a lot of money, and we're all appreciative of that. But no, I don't think they're going to go on a spree. They're going to add an ace. And I think the question is, and I don't know when we're going to get this answer, whether it's soon or very late, how and who? Like, here's why I think it's going to be Tarik Skubal. I think, A, the Mets are the most desperate, and B, they've got the best package that can be offered. And I think Detroit is going to decide we cannot re-sign him. And as much as we want to win a championship, we can't lose him for a compensatory pick. We can't do it. And so I think ultimately they deal him, and I think that's going to be the headline. Now, that's a prediction. My other prediction, which contradicts what I want, I think Pete's gone. And it kills me. Like, I hate saying it, and I don't know who's going to be the replacement. If it is a big bat, is it Bregman? Is it Schwarber?
Yeah.
Is it none of those guys? Is it Josh Naylor? Is it someone else? I don't know who it is, but I got this sick feeling on the eve of free agency that they are not going to pay him. And it sucks. So, those are our plans.